Do you have any addictions?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, what are your addictions?
I'm addicted to fentanyl.
Why did you drop out in the 10th grade?
I mean, this is no excuse, but I got pregnant.
What happened?
I was sexually abused. Like, my mama's boyfriend was touching me inappropriately.
How old was you when that happened?
9. I just felt like, at one point, I felt like she had left me. She didn't care about me, and she cared about her love for this guy more than the safety of me. It took me some time. Like, I hated my mama at one point.
What's up, YouTube? Top Flight USA back with another one. How you doing, young lady?
I'm fine. My name is Ariel. I'm 20, and I'm from South Carolina.
Okay, you say your name is Ariel,
Ariel, yes.
and you're 20 years old, and you're from South Carolina. Okay, what part of South Carolina are you from?
Columbia.
Columbia, South Carolina. Shout out to Columbia. That's what's up. Are you homeless at the moment?
No.
You're not?
No.
Okay, what's your current situation?
I live with my mom.
Okay.
But that's where I should, but I be thugging it. I thug it.
You thugging?
I thug it sometimes.
Okay. The initial place I met you at is this homeless camp behind us. Do you frequent there sometimes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just talk about your childhood and get to know you a little bit, okay? All right. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 3.
You have 3 siblings. Okay. Where are you at in the birth order?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest out of 3. Okay. Would you say growing up, you had a fairly normal childhood growing up?
Yes.
Okay. Did you grow up in a 2-parent household?
No, but I grew up with having both of my parents. They didn't live together, but I have supportive people.
Okay. So who did you stay with mostly?
My mom.
Your mom? Okay. All right. So you say your dad was in your life?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm his only child.
Really? Okay. All right. So how did your dad treat you growing up?
Exactly how I was supposed to be treated.
He treated you good?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I'm a daddy's girl.
That's what's up. Are you still in contact with him today?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm his only child, so, I make sure I talk to him like almost every day.
That's what's up. I'm glad to hear that. What is your highest grade level?
I completed the 10th grade.
The 10th grade. Why did you drop out in the 10th grade?
I mean, this is no excuse, but I got pregnant.
You got pregnant? Okay. How many kids do you have?
1.
1? And how old is that child?
She's 3.
3 years old? Okay. Where's your baby at right now?
She's with my mom.
Okay. Is your mom taking care of her?
Yeah, I mean, we all pitch in, but that's who she's mostly with.
Okay. All right. Have you ever been diagnosed with any mental disorders?
Like PTSD and depression.
Okay. PTSD and depression. What do you think that came from?
Just because I went through something real traumatic. Because, PTSD is post-traumatic trauma, just basically. So I went through something real traumatic at a young age. So,
Is that something you can talk about?
I mean, I can.
What happened?
I was sexually abused. Like, my mama's boyfriend was touching me inappropriately.
Wow. Sorry that you had to go through that. How old was you when that happened?
9.
9 years old. Did you tell your mom about that?
I went to school that next morning, and I just told, like, a guidance counselor. And they called my mom, because my mom, she had went off to go to school because she was trying to get a better job. So she had, certain jobs you have to go back to school for. And that's what she was doing. And the school was, like, kind of far away. And, yeah. So, but that next morning when I went to school, I told a teacher who she then, they called my mom.
Okay. And what did your mom say about it? Like, how did she react?
I mean, it was different. I got different answers growing up, like, as I got older, and how she could tell how certain ways it was affecting me. So different stages she told me different things about how she felt like, and I could more understand it. Like when at that time, she really didn't really say anything to me. I could just really tell she was hurt because my mama was always one of those parents that told us that if anyone ever touched you in public, come tell me. Like she was always one of those moms, and I can see just how it changed my mom mentally and just her as how she was as a mother and how it changed how she parented and how she could parent and how mentally it bothered her being a parent, just having 4 kids. How that one situation just changed my mama a lot in different ways. That's just what I saw as I was younger. So growing up, I grew towards a hate towards her because I didn't think about how this also fucked my mom up mentally. Like I didn't really, you feel me? So like I said, as I got older, she explained it more, and it was easier for me to understand how like just because it didn't happen to her doesn't mean that it didn't fuck her up the same way it could have done me.
Right. That's an actual different way of looking at it. I'm glad that you've seen it that way because
It took me a while though. It took me some time. Like I hated my mama at one point, and I hated my mama. I'm sorry. I hated my mama. Yeah, I hated my mama at one point, and I just felt like at one point I felt like she had left me. She didn't care about me, and she cared about her love for this guy more than the safety of me.
right. Did she leave the guy? Or
Okay.
okay.
Like he got arrested like the day or the next day. The next day. My mom actually like went like when she got back from the city she was at for school. She went to go pick this man up, and we live in the country, so she took him to like my family was all there. She came up with some like, oh, my family down there fighting, we need to go down there, and they all like beat him up real bad. I do remember that when I was in there.
Wow. So you did have people that like had your back about the situation.
Because I come from a real big loving family. Like we welcome everybody with welcome orange, so everybody just felt like how come we welcomed you in and you do something like that. Like it really took away my childhood. Like that was probably the last time I remember I was actually really truly happy.
Right. So you mentioned that he touched on you. Is that all he did, or was it more?
Like he touched me and caressed his privacy on mine, but he never like, you get what I'm trying to say? He never. Yeah, it never went that far.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have did what he did.
But,
and I'm glad y'all took action on that. And you said he got arrested. Okay. Did he do any like long-term time about that situation?
I think I was 9 when the situation happened, and I think I always remembered he would be released around the time I was 18. From that time to when I turned 18, so I think he's out now. I'm not sure.
Okay. And did you ever get any like therapy about that situation, like in school or something?
I went to a therapy group because my school didn't, like in my city I'm from, they didn't provide things like this, so I had to go to a different, like a different company. But I did. I never really liked it though because I always looked at it as me telling a stranger, and at that point I wasn't big on letting strangers into my life so quickly.
Right. Well, I'm glad you got to talk about it, and I'm glad you went and got therapy because that's very important when people have like traumas in their life.
Yeah.
So you did the right things, and I'm glad you did that. Do you have any addictions?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. What are your addictions?
I'm addicted to fentanyl.
Okay. When was the first time you ever used fentanyl?
Like a year ago.
A year ago? Okay. A year ago, did you know the damaging consequences of using fentanyl?
No.
You didn't?
I mean, yes. In a way, yes.
Okay. And how do you think it's affecting your life right now?
I spend a lot of unnecessary money. I think I have a lot of things, but I spend a lot of my money on drugs. I'm wasting a lot of money on drugs. It takes me away from being around my daughter sometimes, not 100%, but I'm not around her as much as I should as being her mother. So those are ways that affect me. Like it affect the way I might react, my attitude, my state of mind sometimes.
Okay. Have you ever tried to get clean?
I did once when I got arrested, and when I came home I was clean, but I relapsed.
How long did you go with getting clean?
45 days.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
How did you feel in them 45 days?
I felt good, more so as in like health wise. But I'm not gonna lie, mentally, I like in my head, I felt some type of way because I knew when I would get high, I didn't think as much and I didn't have so much like you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I wasn't stressed out as much. I didn't feel like my mind was at a million places at once.
Right. How do you make money out here?
I have like I call my people to look out for me, like my mom or like I got granddads, cousins, stuff like that.
How do your mom feel about your addiction?
I'm going to be honest. My mama, she don't support it, but she be more so on some. She want me to be at home. She rather me be at home and do what I do. You feel me? But she doesn't support it. She would rather me just be at home and at least just smoke weed. But like you know, and I've never disrespected my mama to ever even get high in her vicinity or around her or get high and go right and be in her face. So.
Right. So you pretty much saying like she just want to see you safe. She
Yeah.
don't want nothing to happen to you.
Yeah.
Have you ever OD'd before?
Yes.
What was the reactions of your overdose? Like what happened?
I just didn't remember. I ended up going to jail. That was the day before I got that day they woke me up from overdosing. I went to jail.
Wow. Have you ever been Narcan before?
Yes.
How did that feel?
I was still like, well, when I woke up, I was kind of confused. You know, it was police all in my face, and so you know, I was nervous. I'm nervous now because I'm just like, okay, now I'm just trying to get away. Like I'm trying to be by myself, and you know, after just waking up, like you want to be able to have time to collect yourself. You don't want to have to sprint right into action. Like you know, so I just was more so scared.
Right. Do you ever see yourself getting clean in the near future for your daughter?
Yes.
Okay.
Even just for myself.
That's right. I'm glad you said that. Because you got to do it for yourself first before you do it for anybody else. Yes, you are correct about that. Would you say it's your addictions holding you back right now?
Yes, but not, and also myself. I wouldn't just 100% blame it on the drugs.
Okay. And what ways of yourself is holding you back?
Just not having enough faith, encouraging myself, not knowing how strong I really am, and putting my strength, putting myself as, oh, I'm not as strong, or oh, I couldn't get through this, like, or I don't know if I could do that, like in those ways.
Do you think you can do it?
Yeah, yes, I think so.
Okay. I think you can do it also.
I know so.
Yeah, as long as you put your mind to it. You're a very beautiful woman.
Thank you.
You have a pretty smile and you have a pretty face.
Thank you.
Yeah. So don't ever give up, man, and keep striving. You know, this ain't the end of the world, but nobody's judging you. But hopefully I can just motivate you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, keep following your steps from this point on. And hopefully you can get better one day, whenever it is.
Yeah.
If you could tell the government something about homelessness, what would you say?
Nobody's ever asked me. Can I think about it?
Okay, if you could tell any kids about addictions, what would you say?
I feel like don't be afraid to talk about your feelings. You know, I feel like that's where I also messed up at. I didn't talk about my feelings. I just tried to deal with everything myself. Don't be scared to express how you feel.
That's right. You want to go back to that last question? You want to move on
Okay.
from? What?
I mean, not everybody. There's actually some people out here in the world that can't choose their paths. It's like some people really get so messed up. Like something so messed up happened to them. Like, you know, they're messed up for life, and now they can't provide for themselves as they can. Not everyone put themselves in this situation, and I hear a lot of people say that when they see homeless people, like, oh, they did that to themselves. Like, you can't be 100% sure.
Right. So, do you think they can provide more resources for the homeless community?
Yes, but I also can see why a lot of times Well, I don't really know the real reason why, but I know there are some people that are homeless that don't want help, you know. But I feel like that shouldn't be the, you know, outcome for everybody. Just because some people don't, there are some people that actually could use the resources that they could, you know, be put in more into the world.
Right. And last question: how can we get ourselves out of this situation?
My honest answer would be, for me, is to stay true to yourself, have faith in yourself, and pray. Like, I pray hard.
That's right. Thank you for doing this interview.
Thank you.
I would love to stay in contact with you. I'm gonna give you my card.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to stay in contact with you and just kind of follow your steps from here.
Okay.
You know, if you don't mind. Thank you for doing the interview. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right.